It was a slut.
Of pointless conversations. This is one of them.
Testing. Is that all right? Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant. Hello. And the little round-headed buffoon that is Carl Pilkington.
All right.
Of course, as ever, lots of questions for Carl as well, just to sort of try and tap into his brain, see what's going on there. Question from Jade. Carl, what would you change if you were in charge of what kids are taught in school?
Oh, God.
Right, you know, because, I mean, your school experience was a bit iffy. You got very bored, didn't you? You got very disillusioned by school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'd do, right, is instead of sort of teaching kids about 2 and 2 and that, she's 4. Right?
Well done. Show off.
I think they should be asked more questions that make them think rather than something that has just got an answer.
I totally agree.
Right? So,
So teaching them the quest for knowledge, inflaming their
but
imagination.
just freaking them out a bit as well. Just going like...
See, I knew that's where it was going. Because as soon as you started talking, Rick, I was thinking you're thinking some of the big existential or philosophical questions.
Yeah.
What does it mean to be human? What does it mean to interact with other
Exactly.
humans? To be a human.
Or teaching them sort of like philosophy on a basic level, that, you know, teaching them the love for learning. So, you know, get them out to a roots level so they want to learn. And then they...
Really? You guys hated
I
philosophy?
hate philosophy.
I love that shit.
I'm not like...
My 2 professors in philosophy were the biggest bots.
Why?
The first one, teaching a class about writing and text, was dyslexic.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
It's like getting a French teacher
Never
to
got a
teach,
grade.
like, Spanish.
Yeah. Never got a grade or anything. Somehow I got an A. I was like, how'd this happen? Don't care.
Oh, no, okay, our education system is fucked.
The other guy was some crackhead German guy, wrote books and stuff, left in the middle of the semester.
Philosophy?
Yeah.
So
he was one of those crazy
I
guys.
thought their school was supposed to be better than ours.
Yeah.
Not a philosophy department, apparently.
My philosophy experience was that philosophy was the last period of the day for me. So most of the time, I didn't even go. Yo, I used to... And then when I would go, I would fall asleep. That's a fact, bro.
Really? I don't know.
I
It was
hated
hella
philosophy.
interesting.
It was. I mean, the class was whatever.
It was interesting
easy
concepts.
class.
It was just
No,
never,
bro.
I just found it boring, bro. Like
Seriously?
No, well, it was like the teacher as well, but like, bro, it was bad.
But I don't know. Out of all college classes, philosophy was the most interesting.
Yeah.
Because, bro, think
It
about
should
it.
have been,
The
yeah.
whole system, at least in America, our whole educational system is designed to remember and take a test.
Yeah,
right?
that is true.
It's we get taught memory, not really critical thinking. Philosophy was the only class that was different. Because I mean, sure, you can remember like Descartes and Plato and Socrates and all these guys, but their concepts were wild. Especially if you look at Plato, like it's that was the only interesting thing about philosophy.
I had a teacher who didn't speak English.
It should have been, but the professors made it bad.
I guess. Okay,
That's what I'm saying, bro. I used
guess.
to knock out. It would be like, it was like one of my first classes in the morning, and I would just be like,
You used to sleep at every class.
"That's a fact."
Like, why? It wasn't just philosophy.
I graduated.
It definitely wasn't my teacher. I just didn't show up.
It should have been interesting,
We used to
but the
play ball.
teachers were bots.
Don't get me wrong. There are a lot of teachers that are bots, but I don't know. Philosophy was.
So I just cheated my way through.
Whoa,
It's
Let's
too late.
get that degree rescinded immediately. Take it back.
Oh, we were talking about college?
I'm talking.
What in the fuck are we talking? What are you?
I did philosophy in high school.
Who took philosophy in high school?
I never.
Why?
took that.
All right. Hot take. Why teach philosophy in high school?
There's no point.
Like
We took
come on.
philosophy in college?
Yes.
Are you? It was one of the mandatories. Are you serious?
It was a
Are
core
you?
class.
What is going on here, bro?
Yeah, bro, you had to take it. It wasn't
Bro,
very
I don't
memorable.
remember.
It wasn't very memorable.
Maybe you didn't.
I think you might
didn't
you
go.
might have skipped that one too, bro.
Some
Might have
schools,
skipped a semester of it.
Jesus Christ, bro. I'll be honest though, I don't remember my entire senior year.
some schools
I'll be
I don't
completely
remember
honest.
for like
Bro.
starting as a certain major.
Bro, we took a samurai class.
That was fire.
I'm not even gonna say what we did because we can't.
Bro,
you know.
I took a class on superheroes. Ended up playing ball with the professor.
You know
one
what?
day.
That's fire.
That's not fire.
Yes, it is.
The Brits got
That's
a
mad
point,
fire.
bro.
It was your senior year, right?
No, it was my sophomore year.
Even better.
we skipped class one day, and he goes, "Why weren't you in class?" We're trying to come up with an excuse. My boy goes, "We're playing ball," and he was like, "Word? Why didn't you tell me? I would have canceled class and pulled up."
Those are the best teachers, though.
Yo, for real.
It was.
Those are the best teachers.
You know, I used to think it was unfair when people say the American education system is stupid. But then again, we're stupid. So here we are.
I remember.
No, but funnily enough, he was a great teacher too. One of the best I've ever had.
I'm sure he was a great person. You mean? I don't know about a good.
No, he actually
great,
knew how to teach.
Playing ball, hooping, right? He was teaching you how to fucking fade away and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He actually knew how to teach though.
I'm sure he did.
I didn't even know we did that in college.
Bro, I don't think you remember the first year or the last year of college.
But yeah.
Right, exactly. Precisely.
I think when I started working, everything just like I hated that.
Yeah.
I was just like,
Anyways.
do bare minimum.
1 minute sorry. That was long-winded. But anyway.
Teach them the love for learning. So, get them up to a roots level so they want to learn and then they will learn, as opposed to just teaching them facts.
Whereas
he was thinking, freak them out a bit.
Yeah.
No, just like, like I read the other day, and someone sent it in on email, like how there's a dishwasher that's been found on Mars.
Rubbish.
Whoa, what?
But it's not true.
So tell them that.
But it's not true.
Go home and write about it. How did that happen?
But it didn't happen.
Well, it did happen. It was in a science magazine.
No, it didn't happen. There's not a dishwasher on Mars.
Why not?
Because
why not?
How did it get there?
But we're always sending like rubbish out there and that. It's like
not dishwashers. What do you think the council take it away and they go, where can we put it? Well, the tip's full. Well, where's the nearest thing we can dump this? Mars, I imagine.
Yeah. No, but the same way. I don't know. Was it 2 Christmases ago when he was messing about saying I can get stuff to Mars and all that? He did it wrong because he did it on like Boxing Day, and I just think nobody's concentrating. No one wants to work on that day. It's kind of like, do you know what I mean? They're going to do stuff sort of half-arsed, aren't they, on Boxing Day? So it didn't really get there, I don't think, but it crash-landed.
What are you talking about? What was he trying to do?
He was sending something up to Mars.
Yeah, that little fella that wanted to get something on Mars, and it got,
you mean?
and it didn't open properly.
Yeah.
It got there, didn't open.
But the thing is, it got there, it didn't open properly. No one's been back to pick it up. And what I'm saying is, we're saying about going to Mars as our next planet. It's a tip. There's loads of stuff that's been flirted up there.
No, it's not.
It's just all like that probe thing is still there, rotting away.
Yeah. So ipso facto, there is a dishwasher on Mars. We've settled that. Why would they have a dishwasher on Mars? Would they take the dishwasher up in the space shuttle in case they had dinner parties? What are you talking about?
I just think they would have a little dishwasher in there. There's a lot of them, tight space. You don't want. But who's going to do that? That means.
Do you know how much fuel it takes to move a kilogram?
Yeah.
Out of the Earth's atmosphere. So they're going to take up a dishwasher, are they?
Sorry, but what are they cooking up there, Carl?
How many people does it take to fly a rocket? How many people? Tell me how many people.
Well, it's either one monkey with banana shoot or probably 2 or 3 humans.
Right, say it's 3 humans.
Yeah.
Now there's 3 humans because they need one to steer it.
One to stop at the petrol station to get more.
What I'm saying is, if you're going to start having a sink, then whoever's
they
washing
haven't got
up,
a sink.
I know, because they've got a dishwasher.
He's got you there.
Genius.
Go into that. But all I'm saying is teach kids things about, say to them, right, when you go home tonight, there was dinosaurs knocking about ages ago. How would you have lived with them? Get on with it. See you later.
Well, okay. I've told you this before. You got a lot of your information from the Flintstones.
But he's trying. Okay, he's making sense. I think you could just sum it up in 2 words: critical thinking, bro. That's all Carl was trying to say. I know Ricky and Steve are giving him a hard time about it, but it's like, bro, he's just trying to say critical thinking instead of just same old BS. So I agree with Carl.
You want them to give you critical thinking on some useless information or something useless, like dinosaurs?
Okay, maybe not that, but even
I think it's more about imagination.
It's not just, but it's like the process of critical thought, though. Like, okay, this happened. Maybe not dinosaur, but like this happened. This, but even the dinosaur question is like, how would you have? That's a pretty interesting
just
question.
Teach them to be different and individuals, not like one person following a system.
Yeah,
to get you to the same place.
Logical deduction, it's like even if it's on a stupid topic, like okay, if you lived during the dinosaur time, how would you navigate? That's rather interesting. That's not. I mean. It was 4 + 4. Oh, 8. Okay. I mean, you get what I'm saying. I'm just saying. Pilkington, the philosopher. Ooh.
1 million years BC with Raquel Welch. There weren't dinosaurs knocking around where there were little fellas knocking around in furry pants.
No, but just sort of saying to him, all right, then, here's a different question.
Go on then.
Would it be better to have dinosaurs knocking about now whilst we're here? Because I put that in my diary the other day. That when you think about it, it's a population problem.
Yeah.
There's too many of us.
Yeah.
We're saving people all the time. No one's allowed to get injured anymore. Wear a helmet when you're on a bike. The speed bumps to slow people down. Zebra crossing. cures for illnesses. No one's dying anymore, right?
Well, I think they are.
Not as many as they should be, because the world's
There's still people dying. I think there's still people dying.
not that many though.
Yeah, I think there's still millions of people dying.
Apparently, a handful.
Loads of people are living longer.
I think he just
and
means
that's the problem. So
the age gap, like the longevity is increasing.
I mean, we do have a population problem.
Yeah.
Fucking almost 8 billion people. Yeah, it's a lot.
Insane.
It's a lot.
Feel that you should introduce Tyrannosaurus Rex into, say, London. Just have him wandering around. People off.
That's what. Just sort of random and that. Because I don't know. I mean, I'm not wishing that anyone I know dies and that. But all I'm saying is, I don't know anyone who's died for ages.
Right.
Whereas if a dinosaur was knocking about, you'd go, Neil's gone missing.
Yeah. And Laura's had her head bitten off by a...
Whatever. I just think then it is survival of the fittest, which is, we've lost all that now. You don't even have to be fit to survive. They just keep sticking a new lung on you. Do you know what I mean? They can do too much now to keep people going.
They just keep sticking a new lung on you.
Question from Kevin. He says, Carl, other than the famous boxing match that you've often talked about, I know that took up about 20 minutes of your time, have you ever been in any other kind of fight? I don't suppose a slanging match. I think they're talking, have you ever been in a physical fight?
Once that I can remember. It was over a woman. Well, a girl. I was at school.
Yeah.
And it was because, like, it's hassle, innit? Right? Relationships when you're younger.
How old were you?
About 7.
It was over a woman.
It wasn't a fight.
Go on then. Yeah, go on.
And there was this girl knocking about who, she was quite good looking, everybody liked. And my mate, he really liked her. And I didn't sort of ask her out and that, but she just sort of took a shine to me and stuff. Right? And didn't really go out with her properly. It's at that age where going out with someone is just like sort of going, all right, in the morning, do you know, when you just sort of nod your head.
Yeah.
And that. Anyway, there was some sort of school disco. And they were playing Spin the Bottle or something. Right? And I sort of wandered over to see what was going on. And I stood on this girl's dress and put a hole in it. And she started crying. I was like, I can't be doing with this. Right? What's up with you? It's old, what's up with you? And everyone's going, Carl, what are you doing? That's meant to be your girlfriend and that. You should be sort of saying, oh, I'm sorry, and giving her a hug and all that, and saying it'll be all right, we'll sort the dress out. I said, I can't be dealing with this. Right? So she's crying her eyes out. I said, it's over. Right?
Gangster. It's over, you saying, all right, in the morning. Yeah.
No more of that.
Yeah, there's no more. Right. In the morning.
So I go to the toilet, right? And this lad who fancies her comes in and goes, you're out of order, I'm saying, what are you on about?
Sorry, there's 2 7-year-olds. You're out of order. Keep that.
Cut it out. Show her a bit of bloody respect.
Sorry, were you wearing trilbies?
Face, bro.
Yeah. He put his cigarette out in the sink.
What is it, John Gotti in this place?
Get out of my face.
So I just sort of said, look, why are you getting involved and all that?
2 7-year-olds. Why are you getting involved?
And it was obviously like because he fancied her and that. We had a bit of a fight in there. I accidentally sort of chipped his tooth on a sink.
Wow, is it like a proper...
Sorry, this is like someone from Lock, Stock and 2 Smoking Barrels.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? 2 7-year-olds in a toilet.
Lock, Stock, and 2 Smoking Barrels.
Yeah.
Patreon, it is up there. Plug that.
So you put a hole in her dress. I don't know how that... What were you wearing? Football boots?
How
did you make a hole in her dress?
I don't know. It was like that sort of material.
You were wearing winkle pickers.
Like crepe. You know what I mean? It was like a crepe dress or something.
Yeah.
Right.
And that got a hole in it.
So you're having and when you say you're having a fight, I mean, are you wrestling with it? You got arm locks and head
bit of
locks?
wrestling and shoving about and that. And it was an accident. I didn't sort of go, right, I'm going to break your teeth or anything. It's just like, push his head down and his tooth hit the sink.
Right.
And it chipped and what have you. After that, like, I sort of left there and stuff. And we had to go into assembly. And there was a copper in there doing some presentation saying, listen, kids, don't get into trouble. Because we're out there and we'll get you. Sort of trying to teach the kids
What are you going to do with that little baton?
not to get into any trouble and stuff. So I'm sat in the assembly room thinking, oh, God, there's a copper here talking. And my mate's going to come in a minute, like with a chipped tooth and everything. And
Questions are going to get asked.
That's what kind of happened. I mean, the coppers didn't get involved.
Yeah.
Did you turn your back on violence after that then?
Yeah. He said, you'll never take me alive, copper.
So yeah, that was sort of last fight.
Brilliant.
Stupid.
Some of the questions coming in now, Rick, are just, I don't know what they're intending, what response they're hoping for, really. This is one from Rob. He just says, I was just wondering, what are Carl's views on the human appendix?
What do you think, Carl? What do you think of the human appendix?
Never worried about it.
Well, no, I think Rob's point is that it's sort of pretty redundant now.
So this is kind of what we've talked about before, where...
He always says that. He always says something like, "Oh, we've talked about this before," and the thing that he's talking about is nothing like it.
What I mean is, we've obviously interfered somewhere along the way, and
well, we have interfered. Yeah,
we shouldn't have done, because it's the same way. Like, if we didn't have planes and that, would we have wings now? If we'd have needed to get about, would we have had wings?
No, the answer's no. Next.
No, but you say that, but look at the way...
Because he's right, he says it because he's right.
No, but all I'm saying is you see that little picture of like an ape to man.
Yeah.
At first, they're crawling about on all fours because probably you're looking for food, so you want to be down there. So
Right.
if you're on both legs, you're missing stuff that's on the floor.
What sort of time period do you think this... Because, I mean, we started, dabbling with a plane maybe 100 years ago. So what sort of time period do you think this little thing who's scrabbling around looking for food stood up and
I don't
walked?
know. I sort of don't worry about time.
Right. Well, I'll tell you now, we wouldn't have wings now. If the Wright brothers had said, "Oh, forget it," we wouldn't have wings now.
What would happen? Right, here's another question. This is one that I'd chuck out to kids as well. We were talking about education, teaching kids stuff.
Sure.
What would happen, right? We ruin this world, right? Goes wrong and that, right? They shut it down. You go, we're moving. We go to another planet.
It's as simple as that in his world. It's as simple as that.
We can't go to Mars because it's full of stuff that used to be in Dixon's.
It's like a tip.
Goku
Nightmare. So we can't go there. We go somewhere else.
Something that I've always wondered about, if we do that, do we start New Year's or do we carry on? What do you know what I mean? Do we say, oh, it's still 2006?
Or we could just use a space shuttle.
Instant transmission is cooler.
Goku doesn't exist. Space shuttles exist.
Look, I'm in Mars.
Or do we go, it's world new, whatever. New world.
That is definitely the first priority.
It's year one. Right, we've sorted that out.
that'll be fun.
Right, now...
Well, it depends, doesn't it? Because a year might not be the same on this planet.
We'd sort that out, right? We'd sort out what year it is and that.
Well, no. What I'm saying is, we'd have to start again anyway, because the planet might not take 1 year as we know it to go around the sun. It might not take a day to turn. A day is a day because that's how long it takes.
Yeah, but we'd have to carry on as we know, because we don't want to start doing longer days and that. Otherwise, they'll just kick off and say, "This is rubbish. This new world. What are you doing?"
No,
I'm doing a 28-hour day.
We wouldn't have a choice. A day is how long it takes the planet to turn, and a year is how long it takes that planet to go around the sun.
But a day is man-made, really. There's places in the world where they're working in the dark, isn't there, in Iceland and that? But they don't go, well, it's dark all the time, so I'll stay in bed.
Well, no, but there's still a day. It's still 24 hours in a day in Iceland.
Yeah, but we only work by that clock because that's what people use at the moment when they go, what time is it? You go, it's 20 past 8.
No. We use that because that's how long it takes the planet we're on to
I've never worried about it like that. I've just always
I'm telling you,
because you weren't asked to get involved when they came up with the idea.
I'm telling you, that's what a day is. It's how long it takes your planet to What would you mean?
No, I'm just saying that's fine and everything. But if when I was born, people said there's 26 hours in a day, I'd go, fair enough.
Yeah, we could have made that by long hours. Yeah, we could have made hours shorter and get 26.
Well, they're saying they're going to do that. Because
they're not.
No, they are, because there's so many people in the world.
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about before. They've got to create more jobs. The only way to have more jobs, keep shops open, take on more people. Everyone's happy.
That makes no sense at all.
Right. Say if there's 28 hours in a day.
Yeah, it'd still be 24 hours long as we used to know it.
No, you'd have like, oh, what time is it? Oh, it's like 20 past 25 or whatever.
Well, you're not making any sense at all.
No, I'm just saying.
The Earth would still take 24 hours as we know it now.
Forget it.
I get what Carl's trying to say, but...
Hang on a minute. I want... there's more interesting territory here.
Don't forget, our sleep patterns have evolved on a day. The reason we sort of like go to sleep at night and have about 8 to 10 hours sleep is because that's our evolution.
No, but that's just because that's what we've got used to, isn't it?
Yeah.
You look at a sloth, that's asleep all the time. It's doing what it wants.
But it evolved differently, didn't it?
Right, you can't get away. You're not getting away with this anymore. If you want to live now, join in with us.
Well, it's that time again. It's the feature that the world is saying could rival Monkey News one day.
Oh.
Ready?
Oh, what's he written today?
That's a good one.
Well, Carl's diary. You didn't actually explain what it was. Sunday, got up. Sunny day, so went for a walk in the park. There was a bloke walking down the street who was whistling. some kind of annoying tune. He seemed quite happy with himself. Do people only whistle when they're happy? I don't whistle very much.
It's a good point. Whistling is so inane to me. But yeah, it's sort of like going, I'm content, it really is that thing that if they go, you go, well, Mr. Mellors, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Not only has your wife died, but you've lost the house. Thanks, doctor.
I don't think they'd be doing that.
That wouldn't happen.
No, you don't whistle when you're sad. The other place you hear it, of course, is changing rooms. And that's men going, I'm whistling, so I'm not looking at your cock. How could I be? I'm concentrating on whistling.
The lake was frozen over where I was walking. The ducks looked worried. They were sat on the edge of the lake waiting for it to melt. Were they, Carl?
Yeah, we just sat there looking, sort of going, oh, what's going on? I don't know. How long is a duck's memory? Because I wondered whether they're going, this doesn't seem right, but I don't know why.
I asked Suzanne why ducks don't use their wings much. They seem to walk and swim more and don't bother using their wings. Suzanne said she had to call her mum and dad, so I never got an answer.
The old excuse. Yeah. Suzanne, I can't talk now, Carl.
Gotta phone my mum. There was a marathon-type run going on in the park. It reminded me of the time when we were moving flat. It was the day of the London Marathon. Me and Suzanne were walking down the middle of the road taking some stuff to our new flat. I was carrying a lamp and a kitchen bin. People were clapping me, thinking I was doing some kind of fun run.
Why were you walking on the same route?
Because it was when we lived on the Docklands.
Oh, brilliant.
There was no other route. The flat was just about 100 yards down the road.
They're going, look at the bloke with the bald wig. He's carrying a lamp and a bin.
Took a bag of old clothes to Oxfam. It was just old T-shirts and a couple of jumpers with holes in it. I don't think anyone will buy them. But the Oxfam is closer to the flat than the wheelie bin is. On the tube on the way back home, saw an advert for a book about a woman who works in a funeral home. She went into work one day, she goes to work on a body, she takes the sheet off of one of the bodies, and it looks exactly like her.
What the?
This is called a doppelganger.
What's a doppelganger to you?
It's the thing I read about ages ago where someone was walking down the street.
Yeah, and he sees someone who looked a bit like him.
And no, this was weirder than that.
Go on.
He remembers like going down that street as a kid on his bike whistling.
Yeah.
And then he's walking down the street going to get some milk or whatever from the shop. Little bike comes whizzing past. He hears the whistling. He goes, that's weird. Looks at it. It was him when he was a kid.
What?
So it's like a time.
What do you mean it was him as a kid?
This is like a different form of doppelganger. It's just
it's impossible. It's rubbish.
Some sort of time thing, isn't it?
No, it's not even that's impossible. So don't worry
It's some
about
kind
it.
of time thing, Rick. No.
Yeah, it's something you read again on the internet, or it was a short story, or something someone told you.
On my walk back from the tube, I saw a jogger who was pushing a pram at the same time. The kid looked terrified. Got my science book out. It said that the static you get on the telly when a channel isn't tuned in properly is radiation that is still knocking about from when the Big Bang happened.
What?
I thought about the Big Bang and wondered if it was really a Big Bang or did it just sound louder as there was no other noise to drown it out.
Isn't it?
Carl's
I bet he
diary, Rick,
wishes
never
he was
ceases
there.
to amaze.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Oh, well, it's that time now.
What time?
Yeah? It's the big one.
Oh, chimpanzee, that monkey news!
All right, that was good. That was good.
Right, there was this
Monkey?
this fella right, who he had a problem with his eyes. Right?
Yeah.
So he goes to the doctors and he goes, I've got a problem with my eyes. And he goes, yeah, they're bad then. He goes, it was in America, you know, like how you have to pay for medical stuff and all that. And the doctor said, if I fix them, it's going to be like 10 grand. Right?
Nice.
He's like, but I haven't got the money, doctor. He goes, well, I can't help you then. You know, there's a lot of people with bad eyes like them. Can't do anything for you.
Yeah, that's not true, bro. That's
He goes,
messed
it's
up.
getting worse. Can't do anything.
Yo, why did they do us like
So
that?
anyway,
bro?
so
Get
he goes
outta
home.
Is that the price of human eyes, is it?
So he goes home, he's looking in the paper, right? And he sort of sees in the adverts at the back. And there's a little advert there saying cheap doctors. Right?
here. Man really has a monkey work on his
So
eyes.
he's
Yeah,
thinking, maybe that's what I maybe that's what I
that's
need.
like
Right? So he calls them
$100.
up. Woman's there. She's like, wait, what can I do? He goes, I've got bad eyes and that. She says, oh, come in tomorrow, we'll sort them out. She's like, brilliant, I'll see you then.
How did he see the phone number?
So he goes down there and he says, right, you know, I can hardly see. My eyes
This is like Shaggy.
got in really bad state of mind.
That's a fact.
Need to have them sorted out. I don't know what you do, whatever you do, I need
Now,
doing.
his eyes are so bad. Can he see the doctors? He can,
Not really,
Can't
sort
really
of
see
squinting
squinting.
and that, but you know, so he's like, do I need to see the doctor to, you know, have a word and tell him what problems? She's like, no, don't worry about that. Just,
No, I'd be comfortable if it's a
just you know, just let me inject you and we'll knock you out and we'll get on with it. And it's like,
Get the
well,
Can I just tell you something about chimps as well, just before you continue? You know, they don't have opposable thumbs.
now,
which is
why
what-
are opposable thumbs useful? Rick?
Well, to grip something, to do anything like, you know, even simple stuff like writing, so let alone surgery. So without an
But
opposable
can I just check
thumb-
now?
Go on.
So if I was a doctor and I was doing any form of difficult surgery, would I need opposable thumbs?
You'd need opposable thumbs
To be a
And-
doctor,
And without
eventually.
you couldn't do anything. You
Th-
couldn't.
thanks for clearing that up.
Because the opposable thumb allowed something in our evolution called the precision grip.
Right.
So
Right, yeah.
without that, you couldn't do anything.
I'm just glad they've got that cleared up. Thanks.
So anyway, so he's had the injection, he's nodding off and what have you, right? His eyes are sort of closing and that, he hears the door open, he sort of
Double
just sees
thumbs
this
up.
little fella come in and he's like, hello,
Oh,
doctor.
no.
He's trying to like make a chat with it,
Sure.
but like, he's just nodding off. No, just
Oh,
he
never
or
call
she,
it doctor.
he-
These
Here it is.
people have done 7 years medical
Deeply
training.
respected people.
How could you call it it?
So anyway, he thought, oh, it's weird he didn't answer, but you know, doctors can be quite moody, you know, they're highly intelligent, they don't need
Especially little hairy ones.
well, just idle chit chat. There's no room for that. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm here
Yeah,
to do a job.
it's just. Oh, yeah, but you know, if I'm going in to have my eyes done, I want a little bit of idle chimp chat.
So
Would
anyway,
it be weirder if
time
he goes,
passes.
all right, mate? Monkey goes, all right, mate.
A monkey Carl.
Oh no.
Moral.
No, we're not. We're not.
A moral. These chimp stories get dumber and dumber. So chill
Right.
out.
He sort of wakes up and he opens his eyes, right? And it's brilliant. He can't believe it.
Eyes are perfect.
He's had the op. He can't believe the sight. He's like, nurse, right? And the nurse comes in because I can't believe it. This is brilliant. I've never had this such good sight. Do you know what I mean? Even when I was a baby,
Yeah.
and my eyes were new,
Yeah.
I didn't see this good.
Great.
So she's like, well, you know, that's
You realise the nurse is a panda.
that's what we do. So he said, right, so can I just see the doctor and just say thanks and that? She's like, well, to be honest, you know, he's specialised in what he does. There's a lot of
What a
work.
load of bollocks this is getting.
Please.
Where did you get this from?
No, come on. Let's hear the end of the news.
There's a lot of like operations he's got to do.
I believe it.
So you know, leave him to it. He's just having a kip. You know, I'll let him know that you were grateful.
operating yourself?
You know, pays the check. Off you
No,
go.
you're
Go and
right.
enjoy looking at stuff. So he said, no, just what's wrong with that? I just want to see that. She's
No,
like,
that's
no,
fine.
leave it. Just leave.
Yeah, exactly. Leave it. If
And he's
said
like,
it's
yeah, but I can't. You know, I want to thank him. So he's done such a good thing for me. So they're getting into a bit of an argument and what have you. And the voices are raising. Right. Door opens.
Going to wake the doctor up.
Well, that's what they did. They woke it up. Right.
They
So-
woke it up.
it.
I thought
So
it
the
was
door
him.
opens. Right? Little monkey comes out,
Oh.
and he's like, "What's going on here? It's hospital. Why is a monkey knocking about?"
Yeah.
So the woman said, "Well, what do you mean? He's the doctor." Right? so he's like, "You are having a laugh, aren't you?" She goes, "Look, don't complain. Your eyes are sorted.
Yeah.
You know, the doctor's done it. What's the problem?" He said, "Well, if I'd have known that, I wouldn't have come here." She said, "Well, what do you
What
mean
a
you didn't know
Karen
that?"
thing to do.
She said, "The advert in the paper you read, it's like chimp doctors."
That is the biggest
That's a
load of shit
cheat.
I've ever heard. That really is the worst.
What? And because his eyes were so bad, he thought it said cheap doctors.
He saw the
Yeah.
advert and it said chimp doctors, but because his eyes were bad, he just saw it.
What
as-
journal is this in?
It was years ago because it sort of says how the monkey sort of carried on working for a few years. He couldn't do anything
Then
about
just
it. He had to
retired to
leave
play
it.
golf.
It's absolute bollocks. There's no way. I mean, it's not even worth talking about. It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
It's the most ridiculous monkey news you've ever heard, and that's saying something.
Chimp doctors. It's easy mistake.
Easy mistake.
Yo, I didn't know Ricky does the jingle every single episode.
It's
Like,
a different one. You thought it was
yeah,
pre-recorded?
I thought that's what I thought. I was
No,
like,
this is
damn.
the best one. Monkey knows he fucking yelled. This is the best
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
No,
No, that was
it's
hilarious.
literally different
Oh,
every single
man.
time.
Bro, why'd
Good
they gotta
stuff.
come at us, bro?
What?
He's like, oh, he was in America, so he couldn't afford it. Bro, they acting like
Everybody
you
makes
go
fun.
to-
Everybody makes fun of our
bro, they're
country.
acting like if you go to a doctor, they're not gonna take care of you.
Well, here
Yeah,
they will, but the healthcare system's different here.
of course it's different, but like, bro,
Like if you say free healthcare in America, everybody's gonna go, huh? Because it's not. It's just not.
no,
You get what I'm saying? It's not like we don't have that.
no.
We're not used to it here, and our premiums can get very high. Let's just be honest.
Medicaid is free.
Medicaid is free. Yeah,
That's why we go to chimps.
that's why we got chimp doctors.